All right, Trojan fans, welcome back to another edition of the West Brunswick Coaches Show, live from Wing and Fish Company. Coach Nobles, great to have you back.
Good to have you, Chris. Thank you for having me back.
Well, I tell you what, we need to talk about some accomplishments tonight. I
Girls
saw
have had a great season.
20-3 overall and 11-1 in the conference.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yep.
That makes you not only conference champions, but conference tournament champions.
That's right.
That's a pretty impressive double right there.
Well, that's the first time we've done that. I mean, we've never won this the Mid-Eastern Conference before. We finished second a couple times, but this year, you know, the girls, they had that drive.
Going against those 4A
outright,
schools, and I saw a pretty good win over Topsail just recently too.
Topsail's by far the second best team in our conference, and we had to beat them 3 times this year, which was that was a challenge.
That is no small feat right there.
No, not at all.
So part of the season's done, part of the season to go, and it looks like we're going to be hosting some playoff games.
Yeah, we were fortunate enough to draw the number 2 seed in the East. I personally felt like we should have been number 1 the way the seeding, you know, the way it all looked. But we ended up with the number 2 seed, and we're going to be home at least through the first 3 rounds, and depending on what happens with the other brackets, we could be home all the way through the Eastern Finals.
We like that. We
Yes.
want as many of these games in Charlotte, North Carolina as we possibly. Well, they're all going to be in North Carolina. We want them all in Charlotte.
That's right.
So, how did Topsail seed?
Topsail ended up at a 7 seed. They're in the upper part of the bracket.
So it would be a while before we.
It would be a while. It would be the Eastern Finals before we would see them.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that could be like some interesting drama there.
Yeah. Well, we both are hoping that we get to come back and play that 3-game series with each other.
Good. Okay. Good. I like that. I hate it when a coach says, "Yeah, we've already played them. We want to go a different route." No, we can validate what we've already done.
No, I tell you, one of the most exciting times I've had as a coach was this past Thursday night. We were in the conference tournament championship game with Topsail. There was about 350 people at West. I mean, just screaming and yelling, and I mean, because it was a tight game all the way. It ended up 2-1.
That's right.
In our favor, fortunately. But I mean, it was a wild house.
I love a good pitcher's duel, and it sounds like you had one of those.
Yeah, we did.
Night.
Yeah, we did. They were throwing a freshman. Their starter is having some. Victoria is having some rotator cuff problems. Not able to pitch right now, but so they've got 2 freshmen that are throwing for me that are throwing really well, and they've got a really good defense.
And we've got some arms too now.
Oh yeah.
Who will we starting tomorrow night? Can you say?
We'll be starting our ace, Morgan Beeler.
Outstanding.
Morgan's I think she's won 16 games this year.
Let's back up just a little bit. I might have gotten ahead of myself there. Round 1 is, of course, tomorrow night.
That's right.
At West Brunswick.
Right.
What time's that game starting?
6 o'clock.
And we are playing a team from the middle part of the state. Am I right?
Yeah, we're playing Ashboro.
So those girls have a hike to get down here.
Yeah, they've got about a 4-hour drive. So.
That's it's no fun going on the road. I can't tell you how happy I am we're starting out at home.
Well, I'm telling you, the hardest thing in the world is to have to take off early in the day and travel, and you need to stop and let the kids get out and stretch, because you don't want to do what they're going to have to do and drive 4.5 hours,
Right.
get here, get off the bus, and have to play a ball game. You just don't want to do that.
And y'all can just do your normal routine.
Yes.
School is normal. Get a bite to eat. I mean, maybe some wings, something like that, and let's do it.
Well, I hope they come. I don't know where they're eating at. That's up to them. I let them make that decision, and I just give them a time to be back to get dressed and start warming up. And
sounds like you got a lot of trust in your team.
I've got a great group of kids. We've had. I think it was about 3 weeks ago we put this poster up, the quest to be the best at West. I know it sounds kind of corny, but
all right.
We've taken season records over the past since 2003 with regular season wins, conference titles, conference tournament wins, that type of thing, and batting average, et cetera. Put it up for them to put it in front of them as a challenge, and so far they have met every one of them.
Is this the best team you've ever coached at West Brunswick?
I've had some good teams.
Now, you had your daughter play for you, too.
Well, yeah,
so,
yeah.
And we don't want to make her mad.
No, I'm not going to make her mad. We had 17 wins her senior year. We ended up with 22 in 2015, and this team's sitting at 20 right now. So at this point in time, yes, it is probably
potentially
the best team I've ever coached.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of games left to be played. If you were to, let's say, we're going to knock on wood, we don't get ahead of ourselves. If we were to go all the way to the state championship game, how many more games is that?
8. We would need to win 8 more games.
That's longer than the NCAA basketball tournament.
Oh yeah.
That's a
well,
that's
the thing about the way North Carolina does it, and I really wish we would talk about this and work on this, is, your first 4 rounds are one and done.
Right.
You can go out and have a bad night,
Sure.
or one bad inning, and be finished for the season. Where like the NCAA does regionals and super regionals, and even South Carolina and some other states around us do that, which I would be well in favor of that.
You would then have 4 schools at
one location.
Right, for a regional, and then the winner of that a round robin.
Right.
That's not a bad idea.
They're talking about it, and I kind of wish we'd go to that. So.
Well, we would probably then be hosting a regional.
Oh, yes.
So that would mean not only, a more, I guess, democratic is the best way to put it, approach to the tournament, but more people that want to come eat a wing of fish. So I'm in complete support of that.
Well, we're going to give it our best shot, because I think, like I said, anybody can have a bad night.
Sure.
And that happened to us in 2015 in the 4th round.
You let me know who I need to write a letter to.
Okay, we'll do that.
You heard it first. Team Nobles and Burroughs are on board to get a regional. We want to host it at West Brunswick.
There you go.
So I would say most years we probably would host a regional.
Most years.
So I can live with that.
We've had really good success, in the 21 years I've been coaching over there, and it's been the kids. The kids have worked hard, and to see the talent and the abilities of these girls grow from when I first started to where they are now, it's just unbelievable.
Well, we hope that's on display tomorrow night. We know it will be. The only thing that's going to stop it from being on display would be bad weather, of course. But
Right.
We're not hoping for that.
Well, I think there's going to be like a 30% chance of rain tomorrow, so we're going to be okay.
70% chance it doesn't rain.
Our field actually needs some water,
Gotcha.
so we'll be in good shape.
Get it watered without running
That's
up
right.
the bill. I like that. What are we going to see when Asheboro gets to town?
You talking about with Asheboro?
With their team?
Their pitching is, I call it suspect. It's 48-50.
Okay, which is a lot slower than what?
Which is a much slower, and we usually, traditionally, we have trouble with that type of pitching.
I can believe that, because reaction time is just completely different at that point.
Yeah, it's a timing issue definitely with our hitters.
With a 40-some foot mound, that's very critical.
Yeah, it's 43 feet, and what we're telling our girls right now is wait until you think you've waited too long to swing, because our hands are so quick that we're out in front of that type of pitching a lot.
What would you say that, I know Topsail throws the hardest in the conference of anything. What would you say the average is, though, that these girls are seeing night in, night out?
What we're seeing night in, night out in our conference is probably mid-50s, anywhere from 53 to 56.
Gotcha. Is there someone, that works with your staff or maybe on your staff that can slow their arm down, like for batting practice, just to kind of?
Well, yeah, Amanda does all. Okay. Amanda does all the throwing in BP.
Gotcha.
And we're able to move her up and back, to simulate the difference in the speed.
Yeah, because I'm thinking back to hitting a baseball and how a changeup would make me look really foolish sometimes, and so that's a constant changeup they're seeing. Maybe it would take an inning to get settled in, and then they start.
Yeah, it'll probably take us one time through the lineup to get settled in. Like I said, we saw it today. We'll see it again tomorrow before the ball game with Amanda throwing, and I think we'll be okay. We'll hit the ball well. You
have my confidence. The way this team's performed this year, I don't think it's going to be an issue.
No, this team is very self-motivated. They're very competitive. They want to win. Can't stand losing, and I love that. I love that in them.
And you're not taking your foot off the gas either. It doesn't matter who you're playing.
No, our goal is to put those rings on their finger and win the state championship.
Best is the standard. Quest to be the best at West.
That's right.
And I also understand there was a conference meeting last night too.
That's right. Yeah, at the end of the year, all the coaches in the conference get together to vote on all conference players and Player of the Year and Coach of the Year and and that type of thing. So,
now, folks, Coach Noble's very tight-lipped. He won't even tell me with the cameras off who won. So I don't think he's going to tell you. But we got good news coming.
Yeah, we do. We've got we had 6 players that made the all-conference teams, and we finally ended up with a POY. You'll figure that one out. And we did. We were voted Coaches of the Year. So
we don't know who that is either.
No.
But we'll take it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's this team received a lot of accolades, if you want to call it that, and they well deserve every bit of it.
Congratulations for that. That's well deserved.
Thank you.
When you go 20-3 overall in a year, that speaks for itself. You can't go undefeated with 23 games. I don't think it's really even remotely possible. 20-3 is so high in the percentile of perfection.
Well, it is possible. There are some teams throughout the state that are undefeated, but
it's a scary concept going into the playoffs.
It's very rare that happens.
I'm fine with 20-3 at 11.
Oh yeah, me too.
We got rings for the regular season. We got rings for the conference tournament. Let's we're not going to jinx ourselves, but there is a strong possibility of contending for another ring.
Well, we're going to work for that.
Well, Coach, I wish you the best. Folks, if you haven't made plans, tomorrow night, that's a 6 o'clock start,
6
correct?
o'clock start.
Our girls will be nice and rested, normal routine. We're going to be throwing fast. Ashbury's got to come halfway across the state. They're basically got to get off the bus and play. May not be as rested, maybe throwing a little slower. I think it's a good night to get out to the ballpark.
Yeah, we'd be very appreciative to see as many people there as possible.
Let's get loud. We had 350 the other night. We could get more than that conceivably.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do that.
There's a lot of standing room around that field.
Well, let's pack it full. Coach, good luck tomorrow night in the playoffs.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Go Trojans. Coming back, we're going to talk baseball. Don't go anywhere.
Before we return to the Wing and Fish Company and the West Brunswick Coaches Show, we would like to take a moment to remind everyone of a few important dates coming up for the class of 2017. Friday, May the 19th, will be the second annual Senior Walk. Tuesday, May 23rd, at 9:30 a.m. on the football field will be the Senior Yearbook Signing Party. Also, graduation practice will be on Tuesday, May 23rd. Graduation practice will be at 11:30 a.m. at the Odell Williamson Auditorium on the campus of Brunswick Community College. And on Thursday, May 25th, our Senior Awards Ceremony will begin at 6:30 p.m. in our main gym. For more information on these and other West Brunswick High School events, please visit our website at www.westbrunswick.net or call the school at 910-754-4338. And now, we would like to present a few pictures taken at recent baseball and softball games by our Trojan brother, Mr. Joe Stanley.
All right, Trojan fans, welcome back. With me back on the set for, I think, the fourth time this year. He does, every sport, it seems, at West Brunswick, but we got Coach TJ Spivey.
How you doing? Good to see you.
I'm doing well. Doing well. Good to have you back.
Thank you.
I understand when you came through the makeup tent, folks, we have a new thing on our show. The Ocean Isle Fish Company has sponsored the makeup tent for the coaches show. They weren't able to do much with me, but Coach Spivey, they shined your head.
They not only that, but they got all the gray out my goatee, so I really appreciate it.
You want to show them the head?
Oh yeah, all day. Fresh shave too.
That's strong.
Can't beat it.
We're going places here at Wing and Fish, folks.
I love the treatment I get around here.
We only the best.
Yeah.
So, well, hey, playoffs, it's happening.
It's here finally.
Tomorrow, I believe you guys go on the road.
I think we go to Tennessee or somewhere. nice
heard you
5
had a
hour
trip.
bus. Yeah.
I just talked with Coach Nobles, and they're hosting some games. You guys got to go on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not a death sentence.
Nope. First road playoff game since I've been in West Brunswick 3 years, which says a lot about our kids and our program. So we're actually excited about the challenge because for the first time in a few years, there's no pressure on us. Last year everybody came in here, we were supposed to win, and when was that bad inning going to happen? This year we just get to kind of be loosey-goosey. We've got it all figured out. We sat down today. We have our lucky hat. We haven't lost in our white pants, so we've kind of pieced together a uniform that we've never wore just to give us a little added
all
look.
Right. You want to tell us about it?
Yeah, we're going to go with the black hat, which has been really good to us on the road. The green jersey's been really good to us on the road, and we haven't lost a game in we have these white pants that are half pants, old school stirrups. We haven't lost a game in them all year, so we're going to see how lucky they really are.
A little retro?
Absolutely.
Take
going
it back?
Old school.
All right.
Going old school.
And now, you said Tennessee. I don't think it's quite that far. Where are we going tomorrow?
We're actually going, which is really cool. I joked today that we might only have one fan in the stands. We're going to Elon, North Carolina, where Tyler Stanley plays. And they actually have an off day tomorrow, and they're in the middle of exams. So I think we'll have at least one Trojan faithful in the stands. So that's kind of fun and kind of cool to go there after because he's having a great year and doing really good things. So it'd be good to see him if nothing else.
Hey, we're an extended family here at West. So
Absolutely.
I tell you what, you've had a juggling act this year.
It's been a new experience for me all the way around.
How's fatherhood treating you?
Great. I think I was up at 3 a.m. last night trying to get a baby to sleep, and so that's been fun. But it's really gave me a new perspective on coaching and teaching, and even when you have those rough days, they're not quite as rough when you get home and get to hold that little 10-pound baby.
We're up to 10 pounds now.
Absolutely, yeah. She's a little chunky.
Rock and roll. Now, I'm taking it she won't be able to make that trip tomorrow.
No, which is not good because the last game she came to, we were playing in South Brunswick, and we were struggling. And as soon as she showed up, she got there in the second inning, we scored 10 runs. She had to be the reason why, right?
Well, we may have to make some provisions.
We had to fly her into Elon.
What's the longest car trip she's made up to this point?
She actually went up to Raleigh to see her grandparents for the first time. So she's made a good little, she does great in the car. Sometimes if she's fussy at home, we'll just put her in the car and ride around the block.
There you go. This might work.
Absolutely. I don't think she's ready for the bus yet.
Okay, yeah, well, let's talk about that bus for a second. How do you keep them loose on a trip like that?
Well, we talked about it today, and this generation of kids, I'm not that much older than them, but it's amazing how things have changed in 10 years. And back when I played, when we would take road trips, man, we'd have some killer games of spades going on. So before we left, I told them to buy a couple decks of cards. We're going to break the buckets out. We're going to compete all the way to Elon and have fun. And I'm kind of excited about it because, what I love about coaching is a relationship we build with our kids. And what I remember from playing high school sports is the bus rides with my best friends.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm looking forward to going and playing baseball, and hopefully we win. And after we win, I look forward to walking to the back of the bus and spending time with my kids. They can't go anywhere.
That's right.
Hopefully their cell phone will die,
yeah.
And we can just kind of hang out a little bit.
That's right. And hopefully there'll be more of these trips.
Absolutely.
In the coming days.
We've actually been a better road team this year than we have at home, which is really odd because we have such a good atmosphere at West. But we're going to be the Road Warriors.
Why do you think your team has had more success on the road?
I have no idea, because the first 2 years here we lost. The only home games we lost were in the playoffs, and because we have such a great atmosphere and a great fan base and so much energy. And our downfall the last 2 years, we're playing on the road, and for some reason
it's reversed.
It's just reversed, and I think it's just been a little bit of bad luck.
Gotcha. Well, let's hope there's none of that tomorrow.
No, we've had all the bad luck we can take for 1 year, so it's time for some good luck.
I tell you what, too, I bet Coach A is a trip on the bus.
He is. I go back to what I love about coaching, and it's not wins and losses, but I love our kids, and I love the 2 guys I get to coach with. Our kids and my 2 assistant coaches are what keeps me showing up to work every day, and luckily I got 2 guys that are much older than I am and much more experienced, so I learn from them daily. But Coach A and Coach Evans are just 2 great people, and I learn something every day from them.
I bet Coach A's got some stories for the road.
I've heard them all 3 times.
That's right. Well, he's at the point maybe he repeats himself a little bit. That's okay.
No, they're just really good stories.
Okay. You had to tell him to tell it again. Yeah. I got you.
Sometimes I say, Coach, let me finish it.
There you go. So you're bringing cards. Do the kids know how to play tonk?
No, I do, but they definitely don't. I have to teach them how to play spades.
This might be something you can impart on this generation.
That's right.
See, we played tonk. It sounds like y'all played a lot of spades and some tonk. You got to pay it forward, man.
That's right. The problem with my teammates growing up playing spades, they all cheated. We ended up in a fist fight before we got to the game because they cheated.
We don't need that. Maybe we could work on an ethics lesson too.
Yeah, that's a rough crowd.
When we get up there, what are we going to see?
We're going to see a really good baseball team. They've got a really good arm, about 86, 88, which is actually what we want to see. We don't want to see 78 to 80. We want to see good baseball players. And what I expect, we got Carlisle on the mound. I expect somebody's going to win 3-2 or 2-1, and I just hope it's us.
I hope they're wearing those white pants.
A lot. If we win, we'll be wearing them every night till we go to Raleigh.
Take us through the last couple games. Who's stepped up for you? Who stepped up at the plate?
It's kind of reminded me a lot of last year. Jonathan Carlisle's been red hot all year. He was player of the year in our conference last year, and he's actually had a better year this year because he's doing the same thing he did on the mound, but he's actually really swinging. He's the best hitter in the conference. He's hitting 484, 23 RBIs. So he's been consistent all year, but lately Owen McDowell has really stepped up. And the same thing happened last year. He struggled early, but going into the playoffs last year, Owen McDowell and Dylan Jeffries got hot, and they were in our 8 and 9 hole. And a big reason we won a lot of games because the end of our lineup was producing. And it seems like Owen and Bubba or Dylan are both getting hot at the right time. Tyler McDuffie, one of the best hitters I've ever coached, and he's just been unlucky. But we really need him to get hot starting tomorrow. So we got all the pieces there. We just got to put it together.
You're naming a lot of names that are also on this team too.
Which is why they're having success. I feel like this sport right here,
at
some point in football, you're going to get knocked on your butt, and you can either lay there and quit, or you can get up. And Owen McDowell's never going to lay down and quit. And he takes that same mental toughness approach to baseball, and that's why he's successful.
It's hard to be a quarterback. It's hard to be up there, maybe with 2 strikes on you. Maybe that's the edge that Owen needs.
It's hard to be a quarterback for Coach Williamson and Coach Spivey, too.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I think Owen thinks his first name might be something other than Owen.
I had that relationship with some of my coaches, too.
But in all seriousness, it definitely correlates. We talk about this all the time. I feel like kids in every sport, focusing on one sport is not a good thing anymore. And at some point, you got to put the glove and the bat down and go do something else, whether it be football or soccer or basketball, or just go compete. All baseball players today have the skill set, but we have lost the ability to compete. That's why, all joking aside, that's why I want to play spades. Whether me and you're playing spades or checkers, I want to compete.
Right.
And I'm going to find a way to beat you.
Not me, but
every time.
In theory.
And if you beat me, we're going to play again.
How late are we going to play?
Till I win.
Okay, I understand. Well, we might be here for a while.
Yep.
All joking aside, though, I started thinking Owen's just a junior this year.
Yeah, it seems like he's been there for a long, long time, and I'm very fortunate that he gets another year in football and baseball.
Remember that name, folks.
Absolutely.
We got some other news, too. It's not as good.
Yeah, it's been a rough year. You know, we won't get into specifics, but we've had another tragedy in the baseball program, and you know, I would just ask that everybody pray for our baseball family, because we really are a family. I spend more time with these kids than I do my own family, and you know, I heard a saying yesterday that really put things in perspective. You know, I've had people in my office in tears about different things, losing someone in their family, someone in their family getting sick. And all of a sudden, playing time and wins and losses aren't very important. That's kind of easy to talk about. So, you know, just keep our baseball family in your prayers.
It's always important to remember what's really important.
Yep.
Well, Coach, we send our best out to the whole Trojan family. We hope that, you know, God's with everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And you have a safe trip up there tomorrow.
Thank you.
We look forward to talking about hopefully a Trojan win. And
last thing I told him before we left was every year in baseball's such a different sport. Anybody can beat anybody. I have a good feeling we can go down there and win tomorrow night, and might even can get a home game in the second or third round, because you never know who's going to win.
Can I give you, we're talking spades, let me give you ace in the hole. Just tell them you're going to feed them at Wing and Fish Company.
Absolutely. That can be arranged. Next home game, we're eating here pregame. How about that?
There we go. Folks, that's how you motivate 9th through 12th graders right there.
Yep.
Coach, knock it out of the park tomorrow night.
Appreciate it.
Good luck. Go Trojans, folks.